We are being live
Are we
streamed.
live?
It says
Yay!
we are. It's still
Okay.
like it says setting up your meeting for Facebook Live.
Oh, okay.
Done.
So it's probably,
Redirecting to Facebook
yep.
Live.
Cat
Here we
Behavior
are.
Alliance is
Ta-da!
live.
Hey,
Yay! Awesome. All right.
we're live. And while the topic of why does my cat Wednesday is going to be why does my cat, and this week it's why does my cat hide, we may
Yes.
have a real life illustration of that because we are doing an unintentional live integration with Linda's 12th cat. How did this happen, Linda?
Kids, these darn kids. So, we had 7 and then we integrated Nikki's 4 and we had 11. And then I kept hearing that there was a cat outside that was hold on, I'm sharing this with my page. Okay. There was a cat outside and I kept saying, I don't see it, you know.
While you're doing this, I'm going to share it to my page.
Yes, please do. So I kept trying to ignore it. And then Cameron and his girlfriend were outside and Cameron yells, come here. And this cat is on their shoulders. And yeah, they're in love and happy. And so told Cameron if he's going to keep it, because I told him we're not doing over 11 cats, which sounds
I can tell because you're talking fast that this is a little bit unsettling for you.
It is. I didn't want a 12 cat. Look, honey, I'd take all the cats in the whole wide world. But there is such a thing as resources. And
Sure. I know, but like I told you, see, she was costing you more money in food because she was upstairs, sequestered from everybody else. So like when I had Scooter up here, you had to open special cans and all that.
Take them upstairs.
Now she's down in General Pop. She's just going to eat what the other cats don't eat. I mean, how much food do you throw away at the end of?
But you told me this the last few cats. They just eat the leftovers, and I'm thinking at some point,
yeah,
you're wrong.
At some point, you have to. I know. Well, how many cans do you open now for 11 cats?
Cans did we open last night?
Not just once 4? A day. I know you do it twice a day, but just
yeah. Four. Yes.
Oh,
so,
well, I opened 8 for 17 cats.
Yeah.
Sometimes 9. It depends.
And for a while, we were doing...
you might have to go up 1 can. You might.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Let's see.
And they do.
I do mine in thirds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You might have just enough.
Yeah. If somebody doesn't eat it, although it gets cleaned up, there's never a time that I go out and there's bowls sitting with food. They take care of that business.
Sometimes mine, if they don't love something, I'll have it left over. But like right now, there's nothing left. And they're all looking at me like, but anyway, our real topic. Food. Why does my cat hide this week is the topic. Here's one reason your cat may hide. She's just met all the rest of the house and she doesn't know where she is.
We just let her out of the bedroom right before a live because we felt that was just the hardest thing we could have ever done.
Don't do this at home.
So we may hear screaming. I don't know. I don't know. Well, Subra's looking pretty. I don't know if you can see Subra next. Let's see.
When you get
there, she
many
is.
Cats, they don't care anymore.
Because
mine don't.
Yeah, Subi. There's another cat. Couldn't care less. She's like, "What cat? There's a cat. I don't know anything about a cat."
Right. Yeah. She doesn't care.
Yep.
She's been here long enough that the scent probably has gone through the house.
Yes.
I really don't expect any problems, but she's going to be a little bit intimidated for a while. She's got not only a whole brand new space and the other cats, and now she's got new people around her more too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And Cameron's not home.
Yep, exactly. So and I was surprised, I thought surely this is someone's cat. And she's such a good baby, really loving. I know she's been socialized, but
the one issue is
missing her.
She's not been spayed.
No, she's going to get spayed. And I'll tell you what, I know this is probably not even a legal thing, but if somebody came and said, that's my cat, I'd be like, when you show me proof that you're going to spay her, I'll hand her back. Because I don't want another cat out there making more babies because we've got enough. We've got too many. We've got more than we can take care of. Be like,
wait a minute, let Cat Behavior Alliance spay the cat before we give it back.
There you go. If
you don't agree to that, then you don't get the cat.
Then you don't get your cat back. Take me to court, baby. Yes, exactly.
We don't want any more kittens. So like I told Linda that they all have to be a lot more careful around the door. Can't until she get her spayed. You can't let her near the door, get out the door, or you'll have babies, or you'll have to have an abortion when she gets spayed, which I hate. But in the long run, it can be a more kind.
Versus what happens sometimes to cats, that are outside. But I'm glad we're touching on the hiding because I see a lot of this, people, and I was the same way when I first got cats, I'm going to bring this cat home and we're going to cuddle up on the couch. I'm going to pull up a blanket. We're going to put a movie on Netflix. We're going to cuddle all night. And the cat goes and hides under the bed and is scared to death. Right. And, and you're like, and people will return the cat like the cat doesn't like me. Right.
And that's not what that means at all. That's not what that means at all.
No.
Some cats are just, it depends on how much handling they got when they were kittens.
Yes.
And if you adopt them later as an adult, if they got handled consistently as an adult too, because you may have a kitten that's well socialized. If you bring that cat home, stick it in a room and ignore it, it's going to revert.
Truth. Exactly. Yes. Larry Brown is watching. Hi, Daddy. Which means probably Mom too.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
Says Larry Brown is watching. So yes. So yeah, and I tell people cats don't see species. Like, when we're walking outside to go, look a bird, look a kitty, look a dog, look, cats are like, either you're a predator and you're going to eat me, or you're prey and I'm going to eat you, or you're part of my social structure. And it takes a while to figure out. And just as in people, we all know that person. I'm kind of one of them that can walk up to a stranger. I got that from my father.
Yeah, you're one of them.
Walk up to a stranger and be best friends, in 5 minutes. And then we know people that it's like, you've known them for 3 years. Why do you still not trust them? And so cats come in the same variety, right? Like, I'm ready. You're, a person. Will you pet me? I love you. And then, dude, you got to prove yourself. I got to figure out where you're at. Their very lives depend on it in nature, right? Like, story, I can't run out and just love on somebody. They could really hurt me. Oh, yeah. Larry and Mary Brown. Yes. Hi, Mom and Dad. I figured.
My mom and dad, I don't think they're on, probably.
Yeah.
My mom, actually, I shouldn't say this, but she's been ill and we're just waiting to find out if she's diabetic or not.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm sure she's laying down trying to relax and,
which is a good thing. Yes, definitely.
Anyway, I have Dexter right here. Some other reasons cats may hide, not only fear of a whole new living space and other creatures in it, but there could be medical issues that cause your cat to hide. If you have a cat that's normally outgoing, like my Cupcake, and you suddenly find her hiding a lot, she has pancreatitis. I really don't expect her to be with us too much more. But the fact that she started hiding was what clued me in that something was wrong.
Yeah. And that's in nature. When cats are ill or dying, they go off and hide because they don't want someone else, a predator again, to sense that they are delayed because of illness, that they're going to be slow moving,
become dinner.
Exactly. So they're going to go hide and either get better or die.
And the other thing too, if they have a communicable disease, and I don't think cats know the difference, they want to be away from their clouder so they don't make anyone else sick.
There's like an instinct, like I must isolate. Yes, exactly. Like me with COVID, everyone get away from me.
I'm just saying, they don't have the option of wearing masks.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
The reason I'm moving this around is Dexter's here trying to.
I had a feeling Dexter was down there playing with you, but those instincts that are outside, and I find that fascinating with cats. They're the same instincts as inside. What about a cat? Okay, my cat loves me. My cat's always around me. My cat's super friendly. My so-and-so's friend, sister's, brother's, uncle's cousin came to visit and my cat went and hid. What's up?
They don't know that person. Again, it's back to what you said. Going to eat me, I'm going to eat him, or we're going to be friends. And until your cat knows that this big person isn't going to eat them, she's going to hide.
Exactly. So I'm going to give you another comment. So should I force him out, pull him out from under the bed? Because otherwise he's never going to come out.
No, what I always recommend, especially if it's somebody who's going to be around a lot and you want them to have some kind of relationship. When your friends come to visit, go find the cats. Where is the cat hiding under the bed? Maybe just go in and say, hey, hi Fluffy, how you doing? Leave a treat, walk out.
Yeah.
If you notice, a lot of people will say, I'm allergic to cats. So when I'm at someone's house, I'm the person the cat goes for, because that person's not going after the cat. That is why.
Exactly. My parents' cat, I've told you before, Jazzy, I almost said Bootsy, that was one before. Jazzy, that my father says is just no good because just won't cuddle and love. Yes, he would immediately hide, never saw, you'd think it was hi, Madison. So you'd think that, it was you made it up. There's no cat here. Why are you telling me that? You're just doing that because you don't want another cat, right?
I had a pet sitter like that. My friend Tom, when I lived in Greenville, South Carolina, and his wife Linda, they were my pet sitters. And Tom came over to meet my cats. And at that time I had 5, and my white cat Precious. And when I came, he kept telling me about the 4 cats. And when I came back, I'm like, there's 5 cats. No, there's not. There's this.
He didn't believe you.
There's a white cat there. Yeah, didn't see him. Didn't see Precious at all. And that happens.
Yes, exactly. But just in time, I never went out. I didn't even, if I was a pet sitter or something, surely I would have gone and seen where Jazzy was, and I would have talked and, tried to warm up.
That's really what you should do.
I just come, I sit in the living room, we talk. Jazzy has gotten used to the idea that the big mouth comes in. You hear her. She's very loud. And then she leaves and nothing happens to me. And the last few times I visited, Jazzy's been right out laying, not in the middle of the floor necessarily, maybe like behind my mother's chair, underneath the end table between my parents. But it's like, I'm going to keep a respectable distance, but I'm not going to get right up. I'm not going to trust her too much. Madison says she has 2 sibling kitties who used to love each other. Oh, and Baloo had a dental issue a year ago, and now they hate each other. Yeah.
The vet office scent. Came home with the vet office scent and just never got over it.
Yeah.
Probably the best thing is to separate and start integration brand new. I went through this with a sister pair when I was in LA that we were pet sitting for, and they had to be separated for a while with the 2 baby gates, coaxed to be near one another. They started playing together under the door. And
she says she's got a screen door in the master, and they're doing site swapping, which is really good. And then the scent swapping. And I'll tell you, there's happy pheromones right in that cheek. And I love to take a towel. You can see my little blankie here. You love to take a towel or something and rub it on the cat's cheek. And then you could put the towel in the room with the other cat, or rub it on their bed, or lay it on their bed or something, so that they get used to that scent again and adopt it again. And then you want to, when they see each other and they're not fussing, you want to, this good baby, and there's a treat and a reward.
High praise, lots of, oh, good kitty, lots of that.
Yes. I tell people, act like the cat just cured cancer. Like, oh, mine's such a good baby. It's a really big deal.
It's true. They really love praise.
They do. And knowing what your cat is into, because we have had a few cats that are not motivated by food. Now, 99% of the cats we see are motivated by food.
Yeah.
We've had a couple that weren't. So it's like, does your cat love to be brushed? But my favorite one that really got us was the Sphinx cat, who was not food obsessed. Because I'm like,
well, you can't
brush it. So, so we just said lots and lots of attention and praise and loving, and
special toy, maybe that's only played with at a certain time. Cats get attached to certain toys.
Yes. One of our clients,
or little stuff things too. Yes. Like some cats will carry them around like they're a baby.
Yes. One of our clients said her cat loves to play fetch. So we said, take that, whatever that is that they're sending back and forth, and only get it out when you're rewarding her. Like, good job. You were in the same room with Fluffy, and nobody killed each other or postured or acted up.
Yeah. I have a fetch cat, and I had another. Sunny was a fetch cat, and Simba's a fetch cat. Look for those little golf ball size
the practice golf balls,
because they've got the holes in them, and it's so easy for the cats to pick them up and carry them around. Yep. Although Simba has decided he prefers me to throw a red straw. I don't know. But those balls, Sunny, I'd be on the toilet, and Sunny would bring it into me, and I have to throw it, bring it back.
I'm sorry. I just have this image of you sitting on the chair throwing this ball.
Well, I sat there longer than I needed to because
you're in the middle of a fetch game.
That was our morning routine.
Whatever it is that motivates, and really, because for whatever reason, if the cat is afraid of the other cat, the cat is anxious that the cat's going to eat them, whatever, you've got that vision in your mind, and it's just like like seeing your high school bully or something. But then
tell your Snicker bar story. Tell it.
I said this once, and she brings it up all the time. Yes, I said, when I think of my first husband, I get a little anxiety, and I feel all the feels, and I get a little yucky. But if somebody gave me a Snicker bar every time I had to see him, I might think of him less negatively. Now, Rita's not going for
I
the
need
Snicker bar.
$100 to see Jack. Sorry, Jack.
Yep.
Any of our mutual friends who are watching, don't tell him I said that.
So apparently I'm a cheap date, but again, it's about what motivates you, right? And
cats they're not always motivated by the same thing. It's what that story's meant to illustrate.
Yes, exactly. And it's replacing that idea of, instead of every time I see this person or being, I'm scared, to every time I see them, I get a treat and mommy really praises me and maybe I get petted. And so especially when cats go to the vet, it happens a lot, especially if they have to stay overnight for surgery or something, that they come back with a different scent. And it's one of the things that fascinates me about cats. We so primarily use our vision. I look to see who's coming in the room. Cats, well, dad's coming. Cats.
I remember when I was married and we had a cat, Inga, and Jack told me, well, I didn't know anything about cat then, it was my first cat. I grew up with a dog, and he told me, cats don't really see you. They only know you by smell. And I'm like, no, that's not true. Well, it's partly true.
Yeah,
it's partly true. They do recognize you by vision too, but the scent is what really makes them know, me apart from another person who might look like me.
Yes. Well, think about, we also use our hearing, right? Somebody comes, I hear their voice and I know it's there, but I'm still primarily going by scent. And so if that person came in with a completely different face, it would still, by sight. I said scent, huh? It would really throw me off. I hear your voice, but you don't look right.
Yeah.
The sight equals the scent for the cats.
Yeah.
So, and Madison was saying, Baloo's biggest problem is he's been beat up so bad by Da Vinci. He's now very scared of him. If I could get him to stop hissing. So hissing is one of my favorite subjects. Hissing is not, it's an involuntary action. It's kind of like if somebody was standing over your shoulder and all of a sudden you went, that's kind of what a hiss is. And it's a sign of fear or anxiety. Now, it could definitely mean I'm going to escalate to something. I'm either going to run away or I'm going to fight.
If you hear the growl, that's not voluntary.
Yes.
That's definitely on purpose.
Yes. So don't, I'm not saying don't pay any attention to the hiss, but it's a sign. It's not get away from me. It's a sign of fear. So Madison's 100% right. Blue's scared because he's been beat up before. And so now we need to work on some positive interactions between Blue and the other cats.
And getting
so that instead of it beats me up. Yes. And getting the anxiety down. Yes, exactly.
Yes. There's specific actions to take to help that along. We always, when we do our behavior sessions, people will say, well, we tried this, and well, we already tried that. I'm like, but did you try all these things at the same time? No. And it's like Linda says, you can't bake a cake with just flour.
Exactly. It's a recipe. Yes. And so, I think with every problem we see, there's anxiety behind it. The cat's not getting along with the other cat because it's scared or whatever, or the person, or the cat's urinating outside the box. Well, it's scared or it's upset. There's always an anxiety level to take down. And it's like, I told those clients the other day, if I've had this horrible day and everything has gone wrong and the pipes are leaking and I don't know, my anxiety is off the charts. Mama's ready to blow. The kids know, go hide. Nikki's nodding right now. Yes, we hide. She's scary.
Those who don't know, Nikki's Linda's daughter.
Yes, my daughter. Yes, she's scary. And so then if my husband walks in at that moment and says, we need to do the taxes, he might get hurt.
You might see a frying pan like being thrown through the air or something, right?
Who knows what? I can't do good work when I'm super amped up. And it's the same thing with our cats. We got to get them calm and more comfortable and feeling better about what's going on before we try to, do this serious work to change it.
Well, sure. They're distracted by their survival instincts.
Yes, exactly. Everything cats do is their survival. And I know this doesn't always go over well, but I always say there are no bad cats. There are no naughty cats. Hi, Shadow. Okay. There are four black cats. So. I honestly, unless I look, Shadow's smaller and has a pink collar. I mean, there's some subtle differences, but you really got to look.
You got to get the new one a collar.
Yes.
Do we know the new one's name yet? I know we just went off topic, but we still don't know.
I don't know. I really don't want this cat to stay in this house. I mean, if I had all the resources in the world and I had somebody to come in once a week, and I don't know, but it's a lot, Bye, Shadow.
Well, and it comes to a point where you have to be a responsible pet owner. Like, I had 20, when I was younger. Okay. And I've had as many as even recently 18, 19. But now some of my older ones have passed away, and I'm not getting more because I'm getting older. There's not as much I can handle anymore. Now I'm in a house with up and down the stairs. And it's not fair. I have a lot of cats that are aging at the same time because they were siblings, that they need more concentrated attention now. So bringing in another cat, which is why we're trying to build the sanctuary, because we want to save more cats, but we need a facility to put them in volunteers, which we have waiting for us here.
Yes. It's going to be wonderful when we get there, but that's just it. Yeah. And bringing in a new cat, I want to spend the time. I want to bond. I want to do a little bit of training.
Otherwise you'll have a hidey cat.
And exactly. But 12 cats. Are you kidding me? That's like,
I know. Where is she right now?
I think she's behind the couch. I keep hearing her. She kind of has like a chirpy meow, kind of, but Madison said her husband says that Da Vinci likes being in the room at night and evenings because he's with his mom and loves having her all to himself. Your husband's right. I don't like siding with the husband. I'm just kidding. All you men out there, don't get upset. It's just that I have one and I don't like siding with him, but he's absolutely right.
Tell them what Subra does with you guys at night.
Oh yeah. Subra loves us both, but she is very attached. It's Shadow, and Paws was jumping towards her. Oh, he just split. Paws was.
I like you being downstairs. We're getting more.
Oh, I know. This is where all the action is. True story.
I'm going to have to do that next time.
Yes, I said I'm tired of sitting at my desk. We're doing a live. I want to be relaxed. I'm sitting on the couch. I got my feet up on the ottoman. I got a blanket over my lap.
I love it. That'll be me next time.
Exactly. Yes. Let's hang out.
So what were we just talking about?
So So Subra. Oh, Subra. She will. Brian and I sleep very close to each other. Spooning. And hi, baby. And she will wedge herself in between us. And let's see, it wasn't this last anniversary, but the one before. So our 17th wedding anniversary, I told him, it would be 17 kisses, one for each. I think he got 2 or 3 in. Thank you for the hearts. I think he got 2 or 3 in, and Subra went, right in between us. Like, she was totally mouth blocking. Like, there will be no kiss. That's my mother. So.
Well, right now she's in heaven because Brian's away and she gets
all to herself. Exactly. Yeah.
And even Brian's cat has been sleeping with you.
Baka. Yeah. Baka slept with me last night. That was really weird. And I do say, for those who don't know my whole story, when I first suggested getting a cat, Brian said, no, he didn't like cats. And now, you should see him. So the other day I was sitting with Subra and I'm telling her, oh, you're the prettiest girl. You're the prettiest girl in the whole wide world. You're so pretty, and I'm going on and on. And he says, she's not the prettiest girl. So I'm expecting my husband to say, you are, honey. So I went, she's not. And he said, no, Baka is.
That's why he's not home now.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It's not.
He's recovering in the hospital right now because I didn't appreciate that comment. No, just kidding. No, he's not. But I was not happy with him. That kind of hurt my feelings. But no, it didn't. Actually, it made me, I won't tell him this. Hopefully he's not watching. But it kind of made me a little bit joyous inside because Mr. I don't like cats is saying that Baka is the most beautiful girl in the house. Although it's still me. But anyway, just a little offended by that.
Okay, the prettiest feline in the house. But
there you go.
That's still not true, is it?
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful.
Oh, Brian Hall just said LOL. Busted.
He's watching. You've been busted.
Busted. And then Madison said, hubby wasn't a cat person either. Now he does TNR. We love your husband, Madison. Please thank your husband for us. Yes, we love our TNR people. It is the only way. Someone asked me the other day, I just don't understand what the point is.
I wonder when is our 19 Cats and Counting with
the Trap King
coming out?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go look.
We're still at Margaret. Okay, we're still at Margaret Cho right now that I know of. But
no, we're not at Margaret Cho.
Oh, really? It was a couple days ago that I played it, and I thought that maybe
we're way past that. Baby.
Maybe my thing. That's what I thought. I thought, why is this still okay? I don't know. We'll look. But
we're up to Let's Be Smart. So, and that is the lady in Greece where Trap King is going.
Yes.
I think it's next week. So I think his is next.
Yes.
I'll tell you in 1 second. Let me go to
She was loving Greece, and she was visiting Greece, and they have just a crazy problem. Not that we don't all, but apparently even crazier problem with homeless animals. And so they started trying to take them in and build sanctuaries and do TNR. And it was so impressive.
Yes, he's next.
Is he next?
Yeah.
I loved him. He was a very cool guy. And he really showed another reason I appreciate Madison's husband, because men aren't usually associated with loving the cats, right? Men are supposed to be dog people or something. And so when you see this big, tough looking black dude, and he's like, I love kittens.
And that's his mission is to get more. His mission is to get more black men involved, not just in TNR, but in cat ownership.
Yes. Well, we did podcast with LaShonda Gefford about the lack of diversity in the pet sitting business. And
that's another thing she's trying to change.
Yes, like 2% of veterinarians are of color. And it had never occurred to me before, but then when I thought about it, it's like, I've never met a black vet.
We had a couple pet sitters of color, but when you look at the pet sitting company owners, there was only 1 or 2. Yeah. And that's a shame.
I
don't know why that is.
Yeah, I need diversity and show more love, but
we love diversity as we're sitting here, 2 pale white girls. But
I know, right? It's genetics. You can't fault me for what I was born with. But hopefully we covered all the hiding. If anybody has any more questions, but
one other thing I want to say about hiding, though, is if you let your cats hide, they will stay that way. So really we used to tell our pet sitters too, you need to make a concerted effort, sit by the cat. If you bring home a new cat that's really shy, read to him, offer him some treats, but let the cat make the decision to come out. It might take a few weeks, but it's got to be up to the cat. Dangle some toys after a few weeks to see if, you have to move them like the animals move, like a mouse would move. You can't just dangle it and go, you've got to kind of do some.
I've been guilty of that. I'm watching a movie. I've got the fishing pole toy. Oh, there are no cats there. What happened to them?
Because they got bored with that movement.
Yes, play is prey, and prey mice don't just dangle in the air a little bit. There's got to be some movements to make it work.
No, because they're not trying to be dinner either.
exactly. And and not for that, like you said, it's got to be the cat's choice. Boy, that's it with everything. It's got to be the cat's choice. I can stop your cat from scratching on your sofa, but it's not that I'm actually stopping the cat. I'm making the cat choose not to scratch on the sofa by making it unappealing. It's all about
that's a whole different topic. You have to make that the sofa unappealing and give them an alternative that is way more appealing.
And that's
a lot of people are like, well, how do I do that? Well, we'll tell you.
Yeah, we can tell you
that. A session we tell
yes. But that's it with the cats. We have to make them want to come out. So, we come and go and we leave food. They start to associate with food. They come to get a comfort zone and realize that we are not hurting them when we come in. We sit beside them closely and we talk to them. Again, we're not ignoring them. Maybe we dangle a toy and then we watch them, so maybe they'll lose their mind. Like, somebody puts a piece of cheesecake under I'm probably going to go for it. But not if I decide.
Cheesecake?
I did. I said cheesecake. I got you ready for some cheesecake. I don't have anything good like that in the house.
You got to get down here because I want to go to the Cheesecake Factory and not drive all the way across town.
Yes, please. Well, I'm really working on getting these pounds I gained off so that I can go forward and enjoy some fattening food. But so the cat might just I can't resist this, play with the toy for a minute, but then the cat might get nervous and go back under. That's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
All is not lost. You have just shown yourself as somebody that's playing with the cat and having fun. And you taught the cat that the cat always has the way out. I can't imagine if some giant was holding me in place saying, this is where you should be. And I didn't have the choice to leave. Even if the giant is a big friendly giant, I need to know that I can get away. And that's the same thing for the cats. So funny you
brought that up. Do you remember that show, Land of the Lost? I'm dating myself.
I do. I loved that show.
That show is what makes me not want to have just one cat, because I think of those little people and I'm like, would I want to just be the only little person with all these giants around? No. And that's kind of how your cat feels, all these giants around and I'm the little person.
Exactly. Yeah. We need to put that community together and that, likeness. Although I do only have one dog, but she's very confused and thinks she's a cat. So,
well, she was standing in the litter box. So what do you expect?
She was. She's just doing what the cats do. Well, she's smaller than some of my cats.
Sometimes if you have a cat that really seems resistant to other cats, if you get a dog or a puppy, a well-behaved dog or puppy, the cats will take to that better than another cat sometimes, because it's not the same competition for resources. It's not perceived the same way.
Yes. One of the sessions we did, they had a big dog and the two cats didn't like each other very much. And I don't remember, we were talking to them and they had the cats, they gave them the chance to be in the same space. And the dog came out and stood in between the two cats. And I just thought that was the coolest thing on earth. It's like, I'm the mediator.
He diffused the argument.
He did. Like, I'm going to stand between you two and, no fighting, children.
Right. So if you're trying to get a dog and cat to get along, we can help you with that too.
Yes. Yeah.
The most important thing in that situation is just have control of your dog.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't have control of your dog. That ain't gonna happen.
You don't want, even if the dog's not trying to be mean, an exuberant big dog running. I mean, I don't want a rhino. I wouldn't want a horse. And I'm in love with your horses in your backyard.
I love my neighbor's horses.
Upset. I literally miss them. I mean, I miss you too, but I want to go back to see you and the horses. Okay.
I haven't seen them in a while. I don't know why.
Because I left them. But but I wouldn't want to see one charging towards me, right? Like, I mean, I love those animals, but they're big. And so
that hurts you if they tackle you. Yeah.
No doubt. No doubt. Wouldn't want that.
So just to kind of recap. So if your cat is hiding, 1, rule out medical issues. 2, make sure that you make your cat comfortable. Start him in a small room. Make sure you don't try to pull him out, let him make the decisions, right?
Yes.
And 3, if there's a lot of commotion in your household, there's a lot of kids running around and trying to pull a cat's tail or what have you, or there's a lot of arguing and shouting, your cat's going to stay pretty much a hiding cat.
Yeah.
Not that they need a dead quiet household. That's not true either, but the more chaos
they need to feel safe,
the longer it's going to take them to feel safe.
And if your house is normally quiet, I mean, we talked about my parents, we have 2 people living with their cat. It's very quiet around there other than the TV and then, my sister and brother-in-law come to visit and maybe my niece comes with their 2 little kids and that cat's
it's overwhelming.
Exactly. I mean, it is what it is. You're going to, I'm not allowed to have company. My cat said so, we're not going to do that. However,
here comes Nikki with somebody.
Yes,
is that the new cat?
Is that the new baby? Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Just
taking her. We let her out for a little while, and then it wasn't bad. There was some chasing, but I didn't hear any screaming. Yeah, it wasn't the optimum time, but
when you have that many, after a while, they just don't care.
Yeah, a lot of them didn't. You saw Super; she didn't move. Kismet still. When we started talking, I showed you Kismet was sitting on the table opposite me, looking out the bay window there. He's still there. He's like, nothing bothers me. Yeah.
You know what I didn't do again? I didn't hit record.
You didn't? That's all right. We'll just share it on social media.
It's okay. It'll be on Facebook though.
Yes.
I mean, it'll be there. I just won't be able to put it in YouTube. I don't know why I keep forgetting that.
I don't know. I'll try to remind you next time, but I don't know.
So we want to know what you want to know though, right? Like, please, what should some of the topics be for Why Does My Cat Wednesday?
Yeah.
Put them in the comments or email us at support@catbehavioralliance.com. And don't forget, right now we have a special going on. We are doing 15-minute pre-consults. If you're not sure we're right for you, or you're not sure we can help you with your issue, or you're not sure you have an issue, book a 15-minute free pre-consult and, meet us. Let us, talk about your kitties and what's going on. And if we can help you, we'll tell you. Or if it's like something simple, like what happened with your dad, all they need to do is change a litter back. We're not going to charge you for something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. We're just going to say, here's your answer. But yeah, I think it's been really good because one of the clients that we did a 15-minute for said they didn't know if we could help their problem.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen anything yet. And I don't want to say that there's no problem we can't solve, but I haven't seen anything yet that wasn't medical that we haven't been able to tackle.
That's true.
And I haven't heard anything new in a really long time because, we're just seeing a lot of the same situations, know.
But they're always unique within the household, the things you have to do to solve it.
Yes.
Can vary quite a bit depending on, how many cats you've got, who's living in your household.
Yes. Yeah. If there was one cat answer for everybody, it'd be easy to just post it and put it up. But depending on even the layout of the house, we had that amazing couple. I love them so much. And they had that really cool apartment that had like a spiral staircase and a loft upstairs. Like there's no baby gates. There's even only one doorway.
We had to come up with a unique way of doing the scent swapping and the letting them see each other. While being safe, but we can come up with those things, and we don't know everything, but nobody does.
Exactly. Yes, Madison, feel free to reach out to us. Let's even just do a 15-minute let's talk and see if this is something we can simple or need to put together. Because
we want to get behavioralliance.com up in the top. There's a link for the free 15 minutes that'll go right to our there's 2 parts. You fill it out first, which session you want, because some people already know they want a session and they don't do the free one. And then after you hit that submit button, it'll go right to our calendar, and you can pick a date and time right there.
Yes.
And don't forget to hit submit on that too. Somebody did that today. So I went manually.
Yes. Well, in the 15-minute session, I think has been a benefit to us too, because we get to really take down and ask all of where are the litter? Okay. How many are there? Okay. What happened? Have there been changes? And then we leave that 15-minute call, and I've kind of got a basic plan down, and you kind of got a basic plan down, and then we collaborate and put them together. So we're so prepared. Hi, Dexter. So we're prepared by the time we have a session, and if it's something.
We've got all the preliminaries out of the way too. And every now and then somebody will say, well, let's just go right into a session. And if we don't have something booked behind it, and we've got the time, we'll do it right there.
Yep. We've done it. Yes. And we are going to be on the Crazy Cat Ladies podcast
tomorrow night. Don't forget.
Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo.
I do have to go to the store. I need margarita mix.
Cinco de Mayo.
Boo Boo, what are you doing?
So we love the Crazy Cat Ladies.
Cute.
That's I made that up. I'm feeling really smart today. But
go to 2 Crazy Cat Ladies Facebook page tomorrow at 6, I believe it is.
Yes.
And we'll be doing Back in the Closet. With them. I'm so excited. We love them so much.
We love them so much. And all of their products and what they do for cats and stuff. They really have. If you're not familiar with the 2 Crazy Cat Ladies, check out their store. Hi, RJ. RJ's watching us.
Hey, RJ.
Yes. Cinco de Mayo. Thank you, RJ.
I like it.
That's the one, my darling. Thank you. So
we have to say that tomorrow.
We do. We'll impress Jay and Adrienne, and we won't give RJ credit. We'll just act like we made it up. Oh, darn.
Wrong.
Oh, fine. But
we have gone over our half hour.
I'm sure we have.
We've gone on for almost an hour now.
Yes, they are, Madison. You're right. They are. 2 Crazy Cat Ladies are awesome. Yes. All right. We better get booking. We were only supposed to do this for half an hour, but we go with the
flow. Put in your questions so we can pick a topic for next Wednesday.
Yes. Hopefully we'll see you next Wednesday. And don't forget 2 Crazy Cat Ladies tomorrow. And if you need us for anything, catbehavioralliance.com or Facebook page. We're all over the place. We're out there. All right.
Instagram, a little bit on TikTok, a little bit on Twitter. Mostly Instagram and Facebook though.
Yeah. I think I'm spending the evening on this couch, though. I'm getting comfy. All right. I'll see everybody later. Yes. I'll see everybody later. Bye. Thank you all so much.